Hello and welcome back. I read over your post for that last chapter on the media, and you all did a great job of pointing out what I thought were the important things that Hilton had to say in the chapter. One particular thing that I felt, the one passage that I picked out, um, someone else also picked up the same particular passage, was when the sports commentator said that he could close his eyes and he could tell, if the other commentator was talking about a black or a white athlete. I thought that was very telling. And you guys also pointed it out how black athletes were talked about as having natural ability rather than being talked about as working hard for it. And if we go back to the interview with White Flight, the interviewer asked her about her natural ability. So I thought that was a really interesting connection. One thing that I wanted to tell you about before I get on to the next assignment is when I was preparing for this class, I decided I was going to send out a survey through a lot of different derby teams that I knew about to see really what the racial diversity of roller derby was. And I got some pretty good feedback. I also one of the questions that I had in this survey was asking if anyone used their name in relation to their ethnicity or race, and kind of like White Flight uses her name to call attention to race. Some of these other derby players have as well, and I'll just read you a few of them here. One derby player who said that he calls himself a mutt, that's his term, but he said he's mostly African American, so he's of mixed heritage. He said he uses his name is Blockenstein. He said because he's good at blocking, and the Frankenstein is a kind of a nod at his kind of mixed heritage. Big Black Barbie Doll plays for Amsterdam Derby Dames, and Ghetto Star Balakrica plays for the Holy Rollers. They both said that they are obviously using their race to come up with their derby name. So I thought it was really interesting. Not only is there diversity in derby, but these players are using their names to bring attention to that diversity. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the course, and we're doing our last tough reading. You guys did a good job of getting through some of this tough theoretical material. The last thing we're going to read from Hilton for Thursday here is chapter 6, and it's titled Anti-Racism in Sport. So I want you to read that chapter for Thursday. I want you to go to the Dropbox and answer the Dropbox question. And the question simply is, why is Hilton critical of anti-racism? What does he see as the problems with what is commonly called anti-racism? And you might find several things that he says are wrong. You don't have to list them all. But one thing that might help you in your response would be to see if you agree with Hilton on his assessment of anti-racism. So go to the Dropbox, do that assignment. I haven't seen anybody say they've done the evaluation, and I hope that that's not a problem with that you guys, the part of the video where I talked about doing the evaluations was not messed up. But if you didn't see that in the last video, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll put up another video explaining that. All right, that's all for now. I will see you guys next time.